Thank you for the opportunity to testify today on the subject of the past and future of astrobiology. I do so not as a practitioner in the field, but as an historian of science who for 4 decades has documented the debate over life beyond Earth. In that role, I can say that this is a subject rich in history and promise, and one that fascinates the American public. During my time as NASA Chief Historian, everywhere I went, people wanted to know about life on other worlds, and they still do. Astrobiology raises fundamental questions and evokes a sense of awe and wonder as we realize perhaps there is something new under the sun and under the suns of other worlds. The key discoveries in astrobiology over the last decade have evoked that sense of awe and wonder. High on the list must be the discovery of planets beyond our solar system. Those so-called exoplanets are the very first goal of the NASA astrobiology roadmap. Ground-based telescopes, as well as the Hubble and Spitzer telescopes, have all contributed to these discoveries, and NASA's Kepler spacecraft has opened the floodgates. By the end of 2013, almost 1,000 planets have been confirmed. Thousands more are awaiting confirmation. Smaller and smaller planets are being detected, including super-Earths and Earth-sized planets. A second highlight is the continued search for life in our solar system, goal 2 of the roadmap. A fleet of spacecraft over the last decade has demonstrated that Mars had enough liquid water in the past to be habitable for life. Spacecraft have probed the icy moons of the outer solar system, including the Jovian moon Europa and the Saturnian moon Enceladus. The still ongoing Cassini-Huygens mission has found on the Saturnian moon Titan an atmosphere believed to be rich in prebiotic organic compounds and lakes of methane on the surface of that satellite. And just a few months ago, Cassini captured an image of Earth, a pale blue dot against the darkness of space. Another of the highlights of the last decade has been to demonstrate further the tenacity of life in extreme environments, goal 5 of the astrobiology roadmap. Life has been found in hydrothermal vents deep below the ocean, kilometers below the ground, way above the boiling point of water, way below its freezing point. The point is that life is more tenacious than once thought, and so may arise on planets under conditions once thought unfavorable. Genomic analysis of these microorganisms continues to shed light on how they function. Among the critical issues in the search for life in our solar system during the next decade will be continued research program on past and present life on Mars, employing spacecraft such as MAVEN, which was just launched 2 weeks ago, as well as continued field and laboratory research on the origins, limits, and future of life on Earth and other planets. Beyond the solar system, the challenge now is to classify and characterize the newly discovered planets, as well as to search for even smaller ones. Over the next decade, spacecraft such as TESS will search for rocky planets and stars, and the James Webb Space Telescope will further characterize those planets and their potential for life by searching for biosignatures in their atmospheres. This is goal 7 of the roadmap. I'd like to say also that, in my view, renewing the search for radio and other artificial biosignatures as part of the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, SETI, would enhance NASA's astrobiology program and repair the artificial programmatic divorce that now exists between the search for microbial and intelligent life. No biosignature would be more important than a radio signal from another civilization on one of those newly discovered planets, perhaps, especially if they have something to say. In concluding, I'd be remiss if I failed to mention that among the issues and challenges for the next decade are those related to astrobiology and society. Indeed, the astrobiology roadmap recognizes as one of its 4 implementation principles a broad societal interest in its endeavors. Astrobiology raises profound questions with respect to the impact on society, what will be the effect on our worldviews, our philosophies and religions, if we discover microbial or intelligent life beyond the Earth. Are there useful analogies that will help us to evaluate societal impact? History indicates that the recognition, the discovery, or the failure to discover extraterrestrial life is likely to be an extended affair, as in the debates over the Viking spacecraft results and the ALH 84001 Mars rock controversy. These are the kinds of societal aspects of astrobiology that I'm now studying as part of my time at the Library of Congress. Others are also studying these societal impact questions, especially in the last 5 years, since the NASA Astrobiology Institute has supported a roadmap and a focus group on astrobiology and society. Finally, let me say that, in my view, astrobiology embodies the most important ideals of discovery, exploration, and inspiring our explorers for the next generation. No better hook exists, in my experience, to get students interested in science than the tantalizing and interdisciplinary questions of astrobiology. I always like to quote Nobelist Baruch Blumberg, the first director of the NASA Astrobiology Institute, and the inspiration behind the Blumberg NASA Library of Congress chair that I hold now at the library's Kluge Center, which brings together scholars and policymakers. Astrobiology, Dr. Blumberg said, is in the best tradition of our species and in the best American tradition dating back to Lewis and Clark, to ask great questions, to explore our world and other worlds, to infuse our culture with new ideas, and to evoke that sense of awe and wonder as we discover the true place of our pale blue dot in the universe. Thank you.